now the heads are off, you can see things, but what I'm looking at is the oil pump. And when I bought the new engine, rebuilt engine, it was supposed to have a F-150 Lightning oil pump, so I'm looking for M176HV, and this oil pump only says M176. So they did not give me the high volume oil pump. And one of the problems is I pulled out the chain guide tensioners and noticed that one of them was already clogged at about 20 or so thousand miles, and that's with oil changes.
Trying to spot and identify number on the oil pump. See what if I can find out what it is, whose it is, the pressure, volume. All right. This is the timing cover. So it's not too bad. It's just kind of like hot smoked oil coating. One thing you can kind of see is right here, there's a little bit of chain bang, and so in a prior life it may have had some timing chain issues, like the chain guides getting worn out or the tensioner not working. But anyway, in that case you can get chain slap on, I guess it's the right side mostly. There's no stuff on the left side to really get chain slap on it. So here you see, this is the idler pulley over on this side here. Wait, no it's not. There is the, it's kind of funny, the idler has more framing behind it. And this is where the idler is here. And that is another pulley set up there. I don't know what for. Anyway. But yeah, so this side's not too bad. I just put the harmonic balancer in, and that front seal still makes good contact with the pulley, but I'm gonna pull it. There's a new seal in the gasket kit, and I'll put in the new seal so you can kind of see the amount of dirt that's on the front of this here. So we're just gonna clean this up. Gaskets are in there. They just pull out if you can get your fingers on them. Yep, a painter's scraper tool, one of the handiest things for working on engines. If you ever wondered what this curve is for, you get your paint roller and you scrape the paint off your roller when you're trying to clean it up and put it away. So there you go. A lot of people don't know why that's there, and the rest of this is good for scraping. Okay, so let's get this one here off. Okay. And then there's a couple of places in here that had some goop on them. This is where the head meets the block, and you put a slather of RTV in that location. Okay, and so we'll clean that up a little bit later when we get the solvent going in the cleaning brush. Okay, so we're pretty much picked clean here now. This piece here bolts down on top of the oil pan. Okay, so I'm just gonna scrape up the crud, and she'll be looking as good as used in no time. Okay, so that's about all you guys need to see. I'll bring you back when there's something else to see. Timing cover looks a lot better. Cleaned it off with a parts cleaning brush and paint thinner. The stronger stuff on the inside I used lacquer thinner. And when you're using lacquer thinner, you have to keep an eye on your gloves because they're only good for about 5 minutes. But it does cut through all the burnt, baked on, smoked on stuff on the inside. So you can still see a little bit of the brown left in there, but for the most part, it's nice and clean. So then I got to pull out the front seal, put in the new one, and this baby's ready to go. So next up is cleaning the heads and checking them for flatness. Okay, these are the heads, and I have measured the flatness of them with a feeler gauge and a couple of straight edges, and these are both very good straight edges, known to be straight and true. So we are cleaning out the heads and everything here. I've got this area done and got the top of the head done. Now I got to flip it over and do the head gasket portion. Let's see, maybe I can position this thing so that I can show you a little bit. Let's see here. Let me see if I can move this a little farther away. You get a better view. Oh, come on, stupid thing. Okay, so here you go. I've got this here pointy brush, and it lets you get into everything. So you can clean out all the gunk and old oil, crispy oil, and get everything out of there. So I've got my tray here is full of paint thinner, which is kind of like diesel kerosene sort of, and so that will provide a good oil lubricating film over everything while I'm doing this. No oxidization or anything happening. Got the cam, the lifters. I think they actually call the lifters something else in these. I forget what it is. But yeah, so I just, this thing here, it does a really good job of cleaning everything. I'm very, very happy that the heads measured out flat. I mean, they were flat. No difference in surface height or anything. So as soon as I get these all nice and cleaned out, I'll start reassembling the engine. And I'm pretty excited about getting everything back together in here. I've got the new headers. I've got the Y pipe for the exhaust that eliminates the 1.5 or 1.75 choke points on the right and left coming down from the intake manifold before the Y where they combine. Don't know why it is, but so that baby's gone, and it'll be replaced with 2.5-inch pipe. the pipe coming off of the exhaust manifolds right now is 2.5, but for some reason they have it reduced down. Go figure. Stranger things. So anyway, and I got my little where is that I'm looking for there? My come on, get in there. There we go. Okay, so you got to get this in there to clean the oil passages, because you got this one tiny little oil passage that squirts on the chain. Timing chain, and it's like the farthest thing from the oil pump. It's the last thing in the engine that squirts out. So you see this mounts directly on the front of the head. In fact, it's, well, down at this end here. And so here is the tension holder. You can press this in and put a little shaft in. It's either here or there, and it'll hold it locked. But so anyway, the oil pressure comes in the back, and then it is supposed to spray out onto the chain through this little nozzle here. So I don't know if you can see that nozzle. So it goes like, mounts like this, and it sprays onto the chain. And you've got a right and a left. So anyway, that's where we are right now. I'm going to continue cleaning and get the oil off my hands here before I grab the camera. Trying to work on this engine and take video is just a challenge. Okay, so the other thing that we got to do here is on the intake manifold. See how the left side here, that's okay. The O-ring will go in here, no problem, it's not broken. But over here, you see it's broken out. So I am looking into either doing a plastic weld or making a new piece out of brass that same thickness and replacing that with a brass piece. But I'm not going to get a Dorman intake manifold. Those will cost about 26 horsepower, and they're just not really a good manifold in my opinion. They work, but at a cost. Another thing I did here too is the see, here is the air inlet for the intake to the engine. So I got rid of that, and I made my own new one here with an 3.5 inch pipe. And what that is two 3-inch couplers, and they are one's cut on the outside and one is cut on the inside, so that they will overlap by about 1/4 inch, and then I ABS glued them together and then they stick just nicely right in through here. You see the pipe down there, and comes up over here. And so now I have a 3.5-inch cold air inlet instead of about a 2.5-inch cold air inlet. So that's going to be much nicer. See, this here is a 3-inch 45 degree or maybe a 22.5 degree elbow. But so here's 3-inch. This is 3.5-inch, the hub on it. And so I cut the outer section on one, and then I cut the inner on the other using hole saws of appropriate size. And then I got it so that they would insert into each other, fit together, and then got myself some ABS glue and put it all together. There's my ABS glue. Supply valve in the throttle body and the old air intake as Ford made it. The inner circle, the open part, is 2.5 inches, and the outer ring edge is 3.5 inches, and the 3.5 is the size of the new air pipe in, so you can see how much more airflow the engine will have. Okay, I'm going to keep on cleaning the heads here. You know, it just takes time, and this thing here, you put the head down, put your straight edge on there, and then you slip a feeler gauge under it, 3/4 thousandths feeler gauge, and if it won't slip, you're good to go. You just need a straight edge that spans the whole way, which is where this baby here comes in. So, you know, a good old framing square, no dents or anything in it, pristine condition. Okay. And right here is where the oil, the cam chain sensor goes on. And then the other thing is back here on, see that 1.25 inch knockout there. That is going to be taken out, and we're going to put in that coolant crossover kit for the rear of the heads, and hopefully that will increase the amount of cooling on the engine. Okay, let's get back to work, and I will see you later. And here is another look at the throttle body versus the old air intake. And this is the new Y pipe that is going to eliminate a couple of choke points in the exhaust, and the new Gibson stainless steel headers will further reduce restriction. This is a coolant crossover kit for the back of the heads that is supposed to eliminate heating problems in number 8, 4, and 7. So those are the new springs I'm getting, rated 3,950 pounds, considerably heavier than the stock springs. Look at those double loops on the rear mounts. But the front springs now are sagging, old, and they just aren't looking nice. So hopefully everything will get done soon, and I will be back to normal driving a truck again with the engine looking like that, except with some enhancements. The headers, the Y-pipe exhaust, the air intake, and the coolant crossover. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next video. Please do leave a comment, like, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't already to keep following along. Okay, see you later.